What's up everybody, Chef Billy Parisi here, and today I've got a really easy recipe for you to make at home. Perfect for the weeknights with the family or entertaining on the weekends, you pick. It's awesome. It's a potato encrusted salmon. We're gonna make a side of Italian spinach. Awesome dish. If you've ever heard someone say PC salmon, this is what this is, potato crusted. We're gonna add a little mustard in there for some more flavor. Let's get into making this. We've got an absolutely gorgeous 2.5 pound fillet side of fresh, wild caught salmon. Make sure it's wild caught. You don't want salmon, or any fish for that matter, swimming around in some small farm in some dude's pool in the backyard because they're swimming around in you know what and eating you know what. So get it from the wild, make sure it's fresh, okay? It's gonna taste better, it's gonna be better for you in the long run. We're gonna leave our skin on for the salmon, okay? It's gonna help create a lot of moisture, keep our salmon really tender and juicy. Let's get into these potatoes. I've got some russet potatoes. We're gonna hit it right on a grater. Gotta be careful with this thing. I don't cut myself with knives. I literally use shredders and get cut for some reason. I don't know, it's one of those weird things. So be careful when using that shredder. The next thing we want to do is add a little bit of heavy cream into the potatoes. Don't worry about rinsing them. It's okay if they get a little bit brown. You want that starch to collect in there. We don't want to rinse it off. Next, we're just going to simply season it up with a little bit of salt and pepper. Go ahead and give it a little mix. Set it to the side. Let's go over to that gorgeous salmon. Season it really heavily with sea salt, cracked fresh black pepper, and I've got a little bit of Dijon grainy mustard. What we're gonna do is just add that on and spread it out evenly all over the top. Remember, we're keeping the skin on the salmon to make sure it stays nice and moist. Take those shredded potatoes, add them right to the top of that salmon and spread it out and sort of pack them right onto the salmon. This is totally cool to do. Press it down. You're gonna see a little cream or water or whatever from the potatoes come out the sides. Totally fine, relax, it's not gonna hurt it. But the flavor together with the potatoes, the salmon, and the mustard are gonna be amazing. It's like a flavor affinity. You're gonna absolutely love it. So we need to sear this thing crispy brown, okay? Head over to an extremely large saute pan. Find the biggest frying pan you've got in your house, put that on the burner, medium-high heat. We're gonna add in some olive oil, and quite a bit because potatoes are gonna soak up some oil, okay? So we need enough to sear it, to brown it, and not to stick. Remember that. Add our salmon just by sliding it right off a piece of parchment paper or a cutting board. This salmon is huge, okay? It's gigantic, so slide it in. That's the best way to keep the potato crust on there. Guys, I made a mistake. The salmon is way too big. I'm not even gonna tell you how many times it took to try to flip this thing over, but it's huge. So listen here, this thing is 2.5 pounds. Just cut it to like 1.25 pounds, just cut it in half or cut it into thirds, whatever. It's just way too big. You're gonna try to flip this thing over, potatoes are gonna go everywhere. Somehow I managed to get this thing flipped over pretty much intact, still really golden brown on top, but I don't want you to jack this thing up at home and come cursing at me on YouTube. Take the time, okay? Go ahead and slice it before you encrust it. You are welcome and you're gonna thank me for this. So our salmon looks really pretty and it's golden brown and it looks beautiful. So go ahead and throw it in the oven. We want it to finish on 350 degrees. Only gonna take in between 8 and 10 minutes. Wanna make sure the potatoes are cooked, wanna make sure the salmon is cooked. Salmon is in the oven. This is perfect time to make our Italian spinach. I don't know why it's called Italian spinach. It's probably not even really authentic. It's just something we used to make at this restaurant. We used to call it Italian spinach. Maybe it is, I don't know, we'll have to find out. So what we wanna do is slice up some vine-ripe tomatoes. Go ahead and set them to the side in a bowl. Come back. We want to cut the ends off a red onion, cut it in half, peel it, and then thinly julienne it as thin as you possibly can. We don't want the onions to overpower too much in this recipe. The next thing we're gonna do is trim up some garlic. So simply mash it with the back of the knife. This just helps you to sort of cut it up easily so it's not, rolling all over your cutting board. Finely mince it up. Also set that aside in a small bowl. Now it's time to start sauteing this spinach. This cooks very, very quickly, okay? Spinach cooks extremely fast. So in another large saute pan, just like the salmon, it doesn't need to be big at the end, but for some reason it needs to be big at the beginning because baby spinach is huge. So add a little bit of olive oil to that pan over medium heat. Next, add in the onions, followed up with the garlic. We're gonna sort of stir that around. We want these to caramelize just a little bit, brown a little bit before we add in the tomatoes. If we do the tomatoes too early, the water will come out of there and we're gonna have steamed onions. Not cool, dude. Don't steam your onions. Not awesome. So once they're brown, add in the tomatoes. We're gonna saute that just for a few minutes and we're gonna finish it off by adding in the baby spinach. Again, it may be even popping out of your pan. It's so much, but it cooks with literally in a minute to a minute and a half. It's gonna completely wilt down. Once it is to that level, season up with a little sea salt, cracked black pepper, and I think we're done. All right, you guys, everything is finished. Looks, smells amazing, and what an easy recipe to make. I don't want to waste any time. Let's try it out. Hopefully it doesn't sound too crazy in the audio. The spinach is perfect, delicious. And of course, I don't mean to ruin my salmon and all, but dude, that right there is perfection. The mustard and the potato is perfectly sort of cooked and caramelized right into the salmon. The only thing I'll say again, this was a huge piece of salmon. Maybe you should chill out on the 2.5 pounder and go down to something like 1 pound. Super hard to flip over. It was crazy. I'm not even gonna go into how many takes it took to flip this thing over without potatoes going everywhere. It was nuts. It was nuts. All right, we've got an awesome meal here. Perfect for weeknights, for weekends, entertaining, whatever. Looks beautiful, tastes even better. Come back next week. We're gonna get into something. I don't know yet. We're gonna get in it.